I think you're really going to enjoy this video. It's a very straightforward, simple video that shows how I used painter's Dropcloth material to make a country French chair. I had two of these chairs. They're vintage country French chairs that I tried to sell in my shop as deconstructed chairs, but nobody was interested. So I painted the frame and the cane back and decided I would recover the cushion. Here's how I got started. A good cup of coffee and my favorite supplies. I've used several different brands of chalk paint and mineral paint, and they're all really very good. These are items I can easily get from Amazon, and I've placed that link below. Now, because these chairs are old, there are a lot of places that had damage from previous staples and upholstery nails. So I cleaned that up as best I could. I used an air hose to clean out the burlap and the either horsehair or straw that the cushion was stuffed with. And I did a dry brush technique on the cane back. So it left a little bit of a antiquing or shadowing. When you're reupholstering a cushion, it's always best to put either quilt batting or foam over the cushion to soften the lines of the foundation. I cut this quilt batting smaller than I would cut the fabric for the chair cover because I didn't want there to be too much bulk when I started stapling. I cut the Dropcloth material about an inch longer on each side than I knew I would need, and then I cut off the additional fabric after I stapled it in place. I first made a pattern for how the fabric needed to be cut around these supports for the back of the chair, and then I copied that onto the Dropcloth material. Then I turned the edges under around the support pieces to the back so that they could be fitted nicely before I started stapling the fabric on. Now my stapling is not perfect. Some of the staples didn't get all the way in and some of them aren't lined up perfectly, but I kept them for the most part on the edge of the wood. I used a hammer to finish putting those in completely that the stapler didn't put in. And then after I finished stapling, I trimmed the edges with a pair of clippers that I will show you here that you can also find on my Amazon site. Those just made it so much simpler than trying to cut with regular scissors. And I didn't stress too much about how my staples looked because I knew I was going to come along behind this and glue on some trim that would cover the staples. The next step was to stamp the Dropcloth fabric with these iron orchid designs. This is rose toile. I have listed information below on where you can get both the stamps and the stamp pad that I used. I used a low temp hot glue gun to attach the trim around the bottom of the chair, covering all the staples. And the trim around those back supports is actually the hemmed portion of the Dropcloth material that I repurposed there. I did not record the process of stamping the Dropcloth material, but I do have other videos that demonstrate how to do that, and I will put one of those in the pop-up at the end of this video. So make sure you watch to the end and then click on that video when it pops up. And here is a look again at how these chairs looked before, during, and after.